Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to show you how I made these super cute die cut stickers and specifically how I made them waterproof. Now I don't have a Cricut machine, so all of these are cut out by hand. All you need is a printer and a couple other materials that I list in the description but also that I mention in the video. So I hope that this process is helpful for you if you're interested in making your own stickers. These ones I made specifically as Christmas presents, so maybe if you wanted to make your own Christmas presents, this is something you can do as well. Okay, I'm just gonna start because if I don't start, then I'm never ever gonna actually do anything. Hi, I'm Emma, and I am gonna try to make vinyl stickers for Christmas presents. So the first thing I needed was the printable vinyl because I want these to be vinyl stickers specifically for like water bottles and hydro flasks and all that sort of thing. I needed vinyl that I could print on, but the problem is this is the Silhouette brand. Yes, this is the Silhouette brand printable vinyl. I got it at Michael's. It comes with 8 sheets and it was like $7.99, I think. Now you can't use coupons on Silhouette and Cricut items, so that was kind of a bummer because I had a 60% off coupon and I was really excited to use it, but that's okay. So I bought the vinyl. Now I've already used 2 sheets of it because a little bit of backstory. So the first set that I printed out, they came out super cute. They're adorable. So I cut them out and everything, and then I realized that they're not water resistant like the ink, because these are meant to be printable and go in an inkjet printer. The ink doesn't stay if it gets wet. So I'm like, well, you can't put that on a water bottle. Like, that's not gonna work. So I figured, okay, well, I need to seal them. So the first thing I did, I tried my Mod Podge because it was the thing I had closest to me, and I was like, well, okay, I mean, it's worth a shot. I was concerned though because Mod Podge is a water-based glue, basically, a sealant, and I don't know if it's actually going to make it waterproof. So I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a shot, it might work. So I tried that, and it worked on the first couple of, let me see, do I have them? For example, this was one of the smaller pieces that I did. Is it going to focus? Hold on. There you go. Okay, so that's one of the smaller pieces I did, and you can see that the Mod Podge made it a little bit shiny. This is a more of a matte finish vinyl. Mod Podge made it a little bit shiny, which I don't really mind, but it worked fine on here. Now, on the bigger ones, however, it did not work. So on this one, I don't know if you can see it on camera very well, but right up here, there's like a scar. I don't know what happened, but I think when you put a layer that's too thick onto the vinyl, the Mod Podge separates and causes these like gaps. And even if you go over it again with another coat, it still shows through. So I was like, well, shoot, that's not gonna work. Now I could go back and do just like reprint them all, and which I did reprint some, to do thinner coats and just keep them thinner, but I don't think the Mod Podge is the best bet. So with that, I tried the next thing that I had on hand, which was my workable fixative. Now, workable fixative is specifically meant for like chalk pastels and stuff like that, to keep it from transferring from page to page and to kind of like save your progress in a piece of artwork, like saving a layer, for example, and then building up over top of it. It also gives glossy pages a really nice tooth, so you can use pencils on a page that you normally wouldn't be able to use pencils on, which is really cool. It's really nice. So I figured I would try using that, and it says it's good for watercolor. I just don't know how waterproof it is. So I'm going to test this theory and see how it works. But I also, today when I stopped at Michael's, because the beads are on sale and I can never resist when the beads go 70% off, I also picked up this. So this is what the manager there recommended. She's actually a friend of mine. She recommended this one because it specifically says, let's see here, this Deco Art Americana Matte Acrylic Sealer Finish is a clear, protective, non-yellowing, waterproof coating, which provides permanent protection to all painted finishes. So there you go. I think this one's going to be a good bet. Now, one of the concerns that the managers at Michael's brought up, they were concerned that if I spray the sticker, it's going to move the ink like the water does. When I used the workable fixative on one of the other ones, I'll just show you. Let's see. Okay, so my brother, these are for my brother. My brother has a dog. His name is Gray. He's a pit bull with a really, really sweet smile. Look at that smile. So he's got a really sweet smile. Now, this one is the one that I coated with the workable fixative. It doesn't seem to be moving. It still feels nice and velvety and matte. Now, this one is one of the ones that I did the Mod Podge. Now you can see, first off, you see the brush strokes, which doesn't really bother me, but that big scar right across the middle there, like what the heck? Not cool. So you can also tell it made it more green, like it brought out the green tones in the ink. It didn't smudge it or smear it, but the green actually came off onto my paintbrush too when I was putting it on. I don't know. I don't understand the Mod Podge. It doesn't make any sense. So this one's the Mod Podge. This one's the workable fixative. I'm going to test this one out to see how water resistant it is. I might do one more layer on here with the workable fixative just to see what it does. And then I also want to do a couple with the Deco Art one to see what it does. So those are my problem. Okay, so this one's the full gray. He's so cute. But seriously, like look at that gapping in there. And I tried another layer over top and it still didn't cover it. So it definitely moved the ink when it gapped like that and it like pulled the ink away. I don't know. I don't understand. And again, it's still like I don't know if you can hear that. It's like sticky almost. And I'm afraid that it's just gonna like peel off. I don't know. He's so cute though. So we're gonna make more of these and we're gonna test out the different sealant options and hopefully one of these will work. But before any of that, we have to design it. Procreate's what I like to use just because it's a really great like artsy app. I've got a couple of designs already made, but I kind of want to show the whole process all the way through. So let's see, try something different. Let's do, oh, I could do a moon phases sticker. That might be cute. Let's go with really, really faint gray, kind of a pearly gray. Okay, so we're starting with the pearly gray. We're gonna do an ellipse. Okay, and then we're gonna invert, erase everything around it. So now we've just got this pretty pearly gray, slightly lopsided circle. Don't mind that. Okay, so now we've got our shape. I'm actually gonna stretch it out just a tiny bit, make it more circular. Okay, cool. So now we can duplicate that and move it. And duplicate that and move it. So now we've got the 3 moons. Now, they're each in their own layer, which is super convenient. So now what I need to do is cut out the crescents on either side. And I should have just done this and then duplicated and mirrored it. Actually, you know what? Let's do it that way because that's gonna be easier. Okay, so we're gonna do an ellipse, carve out, still not the right shape. Let's try that one more time. There we go. That's the shape I'm looking for. Cool. Okay, so then I'm gonna erase. Dang it. That's not the right layer either. It's that one. Yep, okay. There we go. All right, so now we've got a nifty little crescent there. So I'm going to duplicate this, move it over here and flip horizontal. There we go. So if I want to, I can actually space these out and do the halves in the middle too and have like a whole moon cycle. Actually, you know what? I might do that. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Let's space this out a bit. Is that evenly spaced? That's not evenly spaced. Oh, I just had a brilliant idea. Okay, cool. So once we finish this section, I'll show you my brilliant idea. I'm very excited. Okay, this is gonna be much cooler than I thought it would be. That's great. Okay, so rectangle, gonna do that. Duplicate that. move that over here. And then select that, duplicate that, move that, and flip. There we go. So super cute, simple, basic design. Just a moon phase sort of thing. It's not perfect. I know I'm not perfect, and that's okay. I think this is really, really cool, and I think this is gonna be really neat. Okay, awesome. So what I'm gonna do now is select all of these and copy. And then I'm gonna go into the gallery. I've got this really cool watercolor that I did the watercolor and then took a picture of and uploaded it into Procreate. So I've got like this is an original watercolor that I did. So what I can do is overlay the moons. This is really, really cool. So overlay the moons, automatically select those, invert it, so it selects everything around it, then go to the eraser, select the layer, and erase everything. And then when you hide the layer, you get the really pretty watercolor in the background. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah, that's a new favorite. That's gonna be a really cool sticker. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in with a bunch of other designs onto one page. I'm just gonna squish it all onto one page, and I'm gonna print it out, and I'll show you what I come up with. But that's gonna look so cool. Like, look at how awesome that is. Sorry, you can see the lights in the iPad, but wow! I'm so excited. That's gonna be really cool. That'll be really pretty. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna go like make a whole collage of pictures and stuff and print them out on the sticker paper, and we'll see where we get. Okay, so I've almost filled up my screen here. I'm gonna try messing with the hue and saturation and brightness of this one right here, just to see what other colors I can come up with. Oh, okay, the red is really fun. Let's see, the purple's cool. I'm not a fan of the green as much, but I do really like the reds. Let's try more of like a tealy blue. Try to kick up the saturation a bit and turn up the brightness just a touch. Oh, that's really pretty. I don't know how well that color in particular is going to come out on my printer, but we shall see. But I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so let's do one more of that. And I made these ones a little bit smaller just to see, because they might be really fun on like a journal. Also, I threw in my little baby Yoda. I think he's so cute. Now that is also technically a Christmas present. Shh, don't tell. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the cupcake though. Like, he's cute, but I think I'd rather have more of these moons in different colors. So I'm gonna hide the cupcake layers. And then I'm gonna add more moons. Let's see. Let's try going, turn it this direction. Make it a little bit bigger. Bring it to the edge, so it's not quite as large as the other ones. And then hue, saturation, and brightness. Let's see what we come up with here. The purple's cool. Can I make it a nice deep purple? Oh, a gray purple. Oh, that's really pretty. I like that. Okay, let's do a gray purple, and then let's duplicate that and make a smaller version of that too. So I tried to, like, I want to keep a little bit of space in between each thing, because I want it to be easy enough to cut out, especially if I want like a nice border around it. But I also really don't want to waste the paper, because obviously the vinyl paper is not the cheapest thing. Not that it's super expensive, but I'm like, I don't want to waste that much. I don't want to waste that much paper, you know, like all this extra space in here. There's so much. And like, yeah, maybe I'm wasting it by putting all of the same, or all of these different things in all these spots, but I really just want to maximize my space. No, why did you not duplicate? Come in. Duplicate. Thank you. Oh boy, okay. That was weird. Okay, hold on. Adventures in Procreate. Okay, there we go. So that's going to be all my stickers. So we'll see how it goes. I'm going to print it out on the vinyl paper and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my printing process. I go into select, I select it, I'm going to hit share. I'm going to share as a PDF, not a JPEG. Obviously I want the best quality possible. I'm going to go into my copy to print thing here. Now I have the Canon MX922. I got it for Christmas last year. Definitely best present ever. Fantastic, I love it. And that's the one that I wanted because it's the one that James Lukeberg actually recommended, and I really appreciate him and all the wonderful things that he does, and if it's a printer good enough for him, then it's certainly good enough and better than I could ever need. So it's wonderful. It's got scanning capabilities and it prints really well, and it's got lots of different printer settings. I love it. So I'm gonna go in here. I have it set to photo paper plus semi-gloss. It doesn't have a specific setting for this matte finish vinyl paper. I don't want to print it as though it's just regular paper, but it's not really glossy photo paper either. The semi-gloss is probably the closest to the matte finish vinyl that I can find. And the last couple prints that I've done, it's printed really well. So we keep it at 8.5 by 11 because that's the size that we've got, and we don't want grayscale. We definitely want color. So I just hit print, I leave this screen open. Okay, so not too bad. This is it right out of the printer. I know the lighting's not great, so it's kind of hard to see. They turned out really cool. I love the purpley. I think that'll be really pretty, but I love that gray too. Yeah, those turned out really pretty. That color turned out way more vibrant. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that color turned out way more vibrant than I was expecting it to. I'm gonna let that dry a little bit more before I start cutting into it. Now, I want to take that one sticker. I'm going to take this one here that I sprayed with the workable fixative. Now this is only 2 layers, but I really want to test out how water resistant it is. So let me go get some water. Okay, so I've got some water here, but I just dipped my finger in and I'm going to test out just over here on the side. Okay, so it doesn't look like it has smeared at all. No, it does look like it's reacting a little bit though, so I don't know. Man, that's gonna be really tough to see. Yeah, it's definitely moving the ink. Okay, right here on the edge, you can totally see it's definitely coming off. Now that might just be because the way that it was coated, it wasn't enough in that section, but that's good to know. Now the rest of it in that section, it does seem to have faded a little bit though. Look at, I don't know if you can see. I know my lighting is really not great. Normally I have really, really beautiful natural lighting in my craft room, but it's now, gosh, what, almost 8? Yeah, almost 8. So it's dark and I don't have studio lighting. But again, as I said, if I don't film this now, I don't think I'm ever gonna film it. So I just gotta go for it. So this one, it does look like it's coming off quite a bit. I'm gonna try out the deco art. I'm gonna see if the deco art works. I'm gonna cut out a few of these stickers. I'm gonna use the deco art and let it dry, and then we'll test it out. We'll see how it looks. At least claims to be waterproof. So I think this is gonna be our best bet. So I'm gonna go use this on some of the stickers. I think this is gonna be good. So I'm gonna go try this and I'll be right back. Man, it's moments like this when a Cricut would really come in handy. I don't have one of those, which is why we're doing the process by hand. I can fussy cut. It takes time, but I can do it. So because this shape is pretty tricky, you can kind of see up here there's some wrinkles because when you get the scissors in there, it like bends. Yeah, bends everything around. But again, I'm not super concerned. I think it'll be okay. All right, this is my first batch, so I'm going to leave them to dry overnight, and I will come back to them in the morning and we will see how they turned out. So, hoping for the best. Okay, so I pulled out the pieces that I sealed last night. I left them overnight to dry, and I am just trimming out some more of the finer details here. So for this piece in particular, I wanted it to be not as much white space. I wanted it to be more empty. So I'm just trimming really closely around it. The scissors that I'm using, they're not the ones that I was looking for. I did find the correct scissors later, and you'll see that. But these ones are just a little too thick. The blades are a little too thick, so it makes it really difficult to get into all of the tight spaces. So yeah, for this piece, and you'll see later I do a couple other pieces, I just try to go in and trim them up a little bit and get a little more of the finer details in there so that it looks a little more clean and just a little bit lighter and not quite as chunky. Got a whole bunch of the ones that I sprayed. They feel really nice, very like velvety and smooth, and like if I scratch at it, it doesn't seem to like come off at all. Like it doesn't leave any scratch marks or like gouges in the actual sealant, it looks like. So what I'm going to test, I'm going to test it on, let's test it on this little sun, because I tried to use my circle punch on it and the paper was a little too thick. Like it's pretty solid paper and backing because it is vinyl. So my punch didn't quite go through all the way. So I'm going to use this one as my little guinea pig, and I am going to put some water on it and see how it reacts. So I've got my little jar of water here, and I just dip my finger in and put some water on it and rub it around. Wow, I don't think that did anything. Wow, yeah, I don't think that moved anything at all. Like, wow, okay, awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna try a little bit more water just to see what happens. I'm gonna put a whole droplet on there and let it sit for a second and see if it does anything. Well, it's certainly not soaking into anything. Wow, yeah, I don't think that did anything at all. Sweet. Let me see here. It looks like, is that part of my, hold on. This is the tricky part with watercolors. If something is part of the design or what. Okay, so it does look like it might have come off a little bit right here where it was sitting. Let me see. No, maybe that's just part of the design. I can't really tell, but like right up in here, it looks a little like some of the color came away, but I don't think it did. Okay, one more time. We're gonna try one more time. We're gonna put a droplet of water in a different area. We're just gonna let it sit for a second. I'm gonna see if it cuts through the sealant. If it does, I'm gonna try putting another coat of sealant onto the stickers and see if that helps anything. But honestly, I really don't think it's doing anything. I mean, again, it gets wet, but I don't think it's doing anything to the ink or the sealant. Like, I think the sealant is still on there really well. Okay, so next thing that I want to try putting the sticker onto like a water bottle or something, and I want to try washing it and see how it works. I need to really test this out. Okay, so I've got my Aloha Hydro Flask from Wow Wow Lemonade. If you have not had Wow Wow Lemonade and you live anywhere near one, do it. Delicious. But it's this really pretty snow cone rainbow sort of Hydro Flask. Now, I don't have any stickers on it yet because I haven't found any stickers that I thought were worthy. But for this project, I might go for it. It's also really colorful, so it's hard to find stickers that like will look nice on it. I do want to make a sea turtle sticker for it though, so I'm definitely gonna work on designing that. Let me know if that's something that you would want to see as well. I mean, I know it's the same process, but like the design process of it might be kind of fun. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe like this one right here would be cool. Or even, no, it's a little too big for underneath. If I want to do underneath, I could do one of the smaller ones. I probably would like to cut it out. Like the white bar is fine, but I think I like the way that it looks more when it's cut out. So I'm thinking this big guy right up above the Hydro Flask. Okay, so I'm gonna try to trim this up just a little bit. I can't find my thinner scissors. So the scissors that I'm using, they're nice and sharp, but like, you see how thick they are? I have a pair that's really slim and I have no idea where they went. I swear I've got like 15 pairs of scissors, but that's the one pair that I need and I can't find it. It's always how it goes. Okay, hold on, let me see. Ah, okay, I found it. So you see how much thinner they are? So I think I'm gonna be able to get much closer and much more precise with these guys. These are great. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be able to get much more precise cuts, much closer. I really don't want much white at all if I can help it. Oh yeah, way more precise. That's gonna be cool. Okay, I think that'll do it. It's not perfect, but as I said earlier, I'm not perfect. Trim this up just a little bit more. Well, almost no white. Not completely, but almost. Okay, I think that's pretty slim. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try putting it right above the little Hydro Flask symbol. I think that'll be really cute. I think that's where I'm gonna put it. I don't know, maybe on the bottom here. Oh, that would be cute too. I definitely think I want it on the blue. I don't think it really, not that it would look bad anywhere else, but I don't know, I like blue. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put it there. So let's see, how well does it stick? Is it sticking? Is it not sticking? Oh, that would be bad. Although, okay, on a metal surface, I mean, not that this is metal, but this is textured, you know? Oh, I don't think it's gonna stick as well. Okay, I'm gonna try burnishing it. So for burnishing, I'm just gonna take the back of my scissors here and just kind of rub it into place. I think the corners are gonna peel up too much. Oh, that's disappointing. But hey, that's still really cute. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna stick down all the way. Shoot. That's disappointing. It'll definitely peel up at the corners. Results of rinsing it. You can see right here where it was peeling up, where it was wrinkling, the ink totally came off. And up here on the edge here, but this is rinsing it for a good few seconds under the sink. It looks like it has lost a little bit of color in the middle. There's a couple of little white flecks, but overall that's pretty good. I still don't like that the corner is peeling up right here. That's really irritating to me, but overall that's not bad. So if I spray them at least one more coat, maybe two, I think that's really gonna help. But wow, overall I'm pretty impressed. Okay, so I'm gonna spray these a couple more times and I'll test out the waterproofness again. Okay, something I just thought of. I think the corners are a problem because I cut it out after I sprayed it. Because I bent the corners after I sprayed it, that's where the cracks formed. So I think if I spray it after I cut it out instead of before, so there's no chance of any bent corners, I think it'll work better. I don't know for sure, but we're gonna try. Okay, so I sprayed these guys a couple of times. I took them outside and did a few coats, and I've noticed that with some of them, they get really smooth. it's still really matte finish, and it's like some of them have a little bit of texture, but some of them have gotten like really smooth. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna let these sit for a little bit more just to let them like settle. Of course, because I had to spray them outside, it means that they sometimes get a little dusty, which is frustrating, but that's just kind of how it goes. So like this one still has a little bit of texture to it. I might spray this one again. Some of them I'll let sit for a little longer if they're still a little wet. I don't think they are. It dries really quickly. Like, see, this one has a couple of like dust flecks in it, but that's okay. But yeah, some of them are really starting to feel really smooth. Like this one's really smooth. So I think the smooth ones are good. They might need a little touching up around the edges, but overall, gosh, I think I did probably more than was necessary, really. But I want to really make sure that these are waterproof, because if I'm going to put them in a water bottle, I want them to last. I don't want them to get all faded. Like, if this was from like, if all of that like was from 2 seconds of water in the sink, actually no, it was more like 5 seconds, but still, like, I don't want to have to worry about my stickers disappearing every time I wash my water bottle. This one feels like perfectly smooth. So I think this one's gonna be really, really good. I think that's gonna be nice. Now this one, depending on who it goes to, will probably end up on a laptop instead of a Hydro Flask. But still, I mean, I still want it to be durable. You know, that's the main thing. Like, I want it to be durable. And you can't scratch off the coating. You can't rub it off. I think it's going to be great. So I'm going to try to make sure all of them feel like this one does. And then I'm going to go from there. I'm trying to decide. I don't really want to put another one on this Hydro Flask until I have the sea turtle that I want to do. But I do want to test another one out to see if it's any more water resistant. Oh yeah, see, this one feels really rough right here on the edge. I think I'm gonna need another couple coats on that one. Okay, so it says on the can, 1 light coat is usually enough, but you can do a couple like light coats to like add some more durability to it. I might just do all of them another coat just to be safe. So yeah, I need another water bottle to test these guys out on. Ooh, or, no, I know, hold on. Okay, so I totally forgot that I have this. This is what I use to bring coffee or tea to work in the mornings. And it's got that really smooth metal. So I'm gonna try using a sticker on here and see how that works, because I'm thinking the smooth metal will help it stick better. The other one's sticking okay, but it's still coming up on the corners on the Hydro Flask because it's a little bit textured. So I'm thinking having this as a smooth texture is gonna be better. I just need to figure out what I want to put on here. I think I'm gonna put my Tangled Sun on here. Oh, that'll be so cute. Oh boy. Now I'm afraid that the corners are going to peel up on this one too, so I might try the circular one, but it's not as cute like the big one. That would be really pretty too. Or even, no, I think this way's better. But I think, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Tangled Sun. I am still concerned about the corners peeling up, because that, I think, is the big problem. I think cutting out the sharper corners, I don't think they stick as well. I'm gonna need to spray that one again too. So I'm gonna go through, pick out the ones that I need to spray again, and go from there. So I just finished what I think is the last coat for all of them. I'm really hoping for the best. I still feel a little bit of texture on this spike of the sun, but I think I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna put it on to my thermos. I'm gonna let it dry a little bit longer before I try water on it, but that way I can get a feel for how this is going to work. I think I got a good enough coat. I sure as heck hope I got a good enough coat. I put a whole bunch of, probably too much of that spray on, but hoping that it's enough to keep them waterproof. So this backing is not wanting to come apart. Okay, so let's see if this sticks any better on here than it did on the other Hydro Flask. Okay, so I've got it right in position. So far it seems to be sticking okay. except for that little corner, but see, that's where it got all wrinkly. Concerned about the corners, but yeah, overall it stuck down way better than it did on the Hydro Flask. There's a couple of tiny bits that are peeling up. So yeah, honestly, I think circles or blockier shapes I think are better, because with all these little tiny points, they just don't want to cooperate. And I'm concerned down here now. I'm afraid that the water's going to get in right there because I think I scratched it off a little much. So we'll see, but I'm gonna let this dry for a little bit longer and then I'm going to water test it. And worst case scenario, it doesn't last very long, but hey, it's still really cute. So still pretty happy with that. I'm assuming that right here, it's gonna wash away a little bit, and right here, it's gonna wash away a little bit at least, if not on all the corners, but we'll see. What I'm actually gonna do, I want to put, let's put one of these littler guys. Oh, that one's really, that one might need to be sprayed again. I think that one got really dusty, or I didn't shake the bottle enough for that one. But if we put one of these more square ones on, then I think it'll give us a better idea, because as the square, it's only got these corners. It doesn't have like wispy corners. So I think that one of these guys might be a really good idea to put on here just to test out the water resistance. Let's go with one of the greenish ones, because one, I really like that color, but two, I've got two of them. So if I wanted to give it to somebody, I'm not using it up. I'm trying to go more for the edge instead of the corner to peel it. And I want the backing to bend and not the sticker. Here we go. Because the backing can bend, that's no problem. It's the sticker that I don't want to crack. Okay, so I've got my moons. I'm gonna put the moons, where am I gonna put the moons? Let's do them right there. Try to make it as even as possible. Okay, so I feel like that's pretty good. I'm also gonna go back in with my scissors. I'm gonna use these ones this time and just kind of burnish the edges down. Oh, except I totally just tore it. Shoot. Well, wrinkled it really bad. Okay, well, don't burnish that hard. So that might have just ruined that edge. I just wanted it to stick down good. Okay, well, we'll see. That's why I'm testing it out on my own thing. Although, see, right up here, that being white, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. As long as it doesn't seep into where the color is, I don't think that'll be a problem. Maybe that's the key. Maybe it's just having more of a white border around the edge. I don't know. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna let these dry just a little bit more and I'll be back. Okay, coming back from the water test, guys, I'm so impressed. Like, you can see there's still water on the mug. It's perfect. Like, even the corners that were peeling up, like, it's perfect. And this one, nothing. Holy cow. I'm so excited. This is gonna be perfect. Okay, well, there you go. One of the best products ever for making your own stickers waterproof. That's fantastic. So, yeah, even with the wrinkles, like, look at. There's wrinkles up here. I don't know if you can see them. Let's see. I don't know if you can tell, but there's wrinkles up here on this ray right here. Nothing faded at all. Lost no color. Oh, I'm so excited. It's beautiful. Okay, that's gonna be perfect. Okay, so these are gonna be successful Christmas presents. I'm so proud. I'm so excited. All right, well, that's all for this crafty video. Thank you so much for joining me on this adventure in DIY sticker making. I hope it's helpful for you if you are interested in making your own stickers, specifically die-cut stickers that you can put on water bottles and thermoses and not have to worry about them washing away. So if you liked it, please leave me a comment down below and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more crafty videos later on. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.